What's happening, everybody? Tyrone Bowman Live. Let's get right down to the essence of this story. According to BBC News, the headline reads, Hamas police chief among 40 reported killed in Israeli strikes on Gaza. More than 40 Palestinians have been killed in 15 Israeli airstrikes across the Gaza Strip, according to the territory's Hamas-run Civil Defense Service. The chief of Gaza's police force and his deputy were among 11 killed in an overnight attack on a tent camp for displaced families in the southern al-Mawasi humanitarian zone, it said. The Hamas-run Interior Ministry condemned what it called the assassination of Mahmoud Salah and Husma Shahwan, who it said had been performing their humanitarian and national duty. Israel's military confirmed it had carried out a strike targeting Shahwan, who was alleged to was a terrorist, quote unquote, who had helped Hamas's military wing planned attacks on Israeli forces. 6 people were reportedly killed in an Israeli bombing nearby late on Thursday, with further deadly airstrikes elsewhere in central and southern Gaza. The Israeli military also said it intercepted a rocket fired from southern Gaza. The Gaza Interior Minister accused Israel of spreading chaos and deepening the human suffering in the territory by killing Salah and Shahwan. It insisted that the police force was a civilian protection agency that provided service to Palestinians. The Israeli Defense Forces, or IDF, said the police force had conducted violent interrogations of the Gazan population, violating human rights and suppressing dissent. Hamas Shahwan was responsible for developing intelligence assessments in coordination with the elements of Hamas's military wing in attacks on the IDF in the Gaza Strip, it alleged, without mentioning Salah. The military also said it had taken numerous steps to mitigate the risk of harming civilians prior to the strike on al-Mawasi. 3 brothers aged 7, 11, and 13 were among the 9 other people who were killed. Ahmed Mohammed and Abdul Rahman al-Bardoil were hit by shrapnel as they slept in their family's tent, their father Wali said. I woke up to the sound of the explosion. I called my 3 sleeping sons, but no one answered. They were martyred immediately, he told AFP News Agency. Social media videos showed the boys' bodies being transported to a local hospital by a tuk-tuk, as well as their blood-stained mattresses inside a damaged tent. Ada Azunan, who was living in a neighboring tent, said she heard an Apache helicopter gunship flying overhead at around 0100 on Thursday or 2300 GMT on Wednesday. Then we saw a very strong explosion. It caused an earthquake in the neighborhood. The shrapnel reached as far as 100 millimeters or 330 feet, they said, she told Reuters news agency. When the morning came, we came to inspect the scene, and it is devastation, complete destruction. We have the children done to be hit. The IDF has declared the sandy strip of land along the coast of al-Mawasi to be a humanitarian zone for the hundreds of thousands of Palestinians displaced by its 14-month war with Hamas. But it has repeatedly attacked the area, accusing Hamas operatives of hiding among civilians. Later, another 6 people were killed in an Israeli airstrike at the Gaza Interior Ministry headquarters in Han Yunis, medics said. The IDF said that it conducted a strike on Hamas terrorists who were operating in a control and command center that was embedded inside the Khan Yunis municipality building. The civil defense said another 10 people were killed in the northern town of Jabala and 4 in the south of Gaza City on Thursday. Deadly strikes were also reported by Palestinian media in the west of Gaza City and the nearby Cite refuge camp, as well as in the central town of Deir al-Balah and the urban Mahazi refuge camp. Meanwhile, recent cold, wet weather has worsened conditions in makeshift camps for displaced families. More than 1,500 tents across Gaza have been flooded by rainwater and sewage since Tuesday, according to the Hamas run Civil Defense Agency. When we woke up, we were shocked to find that the rain had flooded our tent, causing us to be submerged in sewage. Moataz Abu Habtab told BBC Arabic's Gaza Today program. Everything we had, our mattresses, blankets, and clothes, was all lost, causing us to be submerged in sewage. All the items we had managed to buy or receive during the war are now gone, and we are left with nothing. Israel launched a campaign to destroy Hamas in response to the group's unprecedented attack on southern Israel on 7 October 2023, in which about 1,200 people were killed and 250 others were taken hostage. More than 45,500 people have been killed in Gaza since then, according to the territory's Hamas run health agency. Never surrender, never quit.